What is the worst Valentine's Day gift you ever received? For me, it wasn't cheap flowers or a forgotten card. It was a vintage 1967 Mustang that cost me my grandmother's soul. My husband Mark has never been good at gifts. 5th anniversary, a blender, my birthday, a gift card to his video game store. I stopped hoping years ago. But this year, something shifted. In January, he held my hands at the kitchen table, eyes wet. I failed you for 7 years, but I'm going to fix it. This Valentine's Day, I'm proving I actually listen. I didn't believe him. But then he started whispering while I did dishes. You're going to scream when you see it. He told his friends he was winning Husband of the Year. He told my mother he was finally stepping up. For the first time in 7 years, I let myself hope. Valentine's morning, he made me coffee. Mark doesn't drink coffee, but there he was, pouring it exactly how I like it. Cream, no sugar. He kissed my forehead. Wear that black dress tonight. I worked 12 hours in the ER. 3 car accidents, a heart attack, a teenager who overdosed, but I kept glancing at the clock, smiling. At 6:15, he picked me up in a button-down I bought him. Then he pulled out a blindfold. Trust me, I did. He pulled it off under parking lot lights. A 1967 Mustang convertible, cherry red, chrome bumpers. Perfect. You told me about this car the night we met, he said, voice shaking. 15 years ago. You said your dad had one. You said you never told anyone else. I'd forgotten that conversation. He remembered. I sobbed. Ugly, heaving sobs. It's yours, he said. I paid $20,000 cash for the down payment. My blood froze. $20,000? Where did you get that? He smiled. I sold that old jewelry in the safe deposit box. You never wore it anyway. The world shattered. My grandmother's jewelry? My voice wasn't mine. The woman who raised me when my mom died, who survived a war and walked across a border with nothing so I could exist. His smile faltered. Babe, it was just, she gave me that on her deathbed. I whispered. She couldn't see. She pressed the box into my hands and looked at me. I promised her I'd never sell it. I promised I'd pass it to my daughter. It wasn't jewelry. It was our family. You're being dramatic. This car is real. That car was my father's dream, not mine. The parking lot echoed. I told you about it once. 15 years ago. I don't want a Mustang. I wanted you to remember my birthday, our anniversary, the nights I cried myself to sleep because I felt invisible. But you remembered a car, and you traded my grandmother's face for it. I drove the Mustang home, found the pawn receipt in the glove box. The next morning, I begged the shop owner, please, the jewelry my husband sold you, I need it back. He reached under the counter and pulled out a velvet box. Your husband was crying when he sold this, he said slowly. Said his wife deserved the world. I opened it. My grandmother's wedding band, her mother's brooch, the locket with my great-grandparents' photograph. They were in a separate pile, he said. He told me not to melt these, said they were the important ones. I think he was trying. I fell to my knees on that dirty floor. Mark was at the kitchen table, defeated. I'll take a loan. Buy the car back. Fix this. You can't, I said. You melted her gold. You can't unmelt it. He flinched. But these survived, I said, placing the box down. Because somewhere in your stupid, well-intentioned brain, you knew they were different. I'm sorry, he whispered. I didn't. I know. That's the problem. It's been 3 months. Mark is in therapy. He reads books about grief now, about legacy. He still sucks at gifts. He got me a bread maker. But last week, he brought home a vintage gold band inscribed 1943. I don't know whose it was, he said nervously, but I thought maybe we could start our own history. I put it on next to my grandmother's ring. That night, he pressed his lips to my knuckles and whispered, I'll spend the rest of my life earning back what I took. He didn't say, I love you. He said he'd earn it. That's the first gift he's ever given me that actually mattered. The Mustang is gone. Her gold is still melting somewhere. I'll never get back those hours on the pawn shop floor, but her wedding band is on my finger. Her brooch is pinned to my scrubs, and my husband is finally learning that the most expensive gift is worthless if it costs you the people you love. This Valentine's Day, he gave me a handwritten card. I'm still trying. I'll never stop. It has a coffee stain on the corner. It's the best gift he's ever given me.